Hello everyone, myself Prakash Mandar from Sangha Degree College. So today we are discussing about rings, which is the paper 2 of BSc 6th semester. So dear students, as you already learned the groups in BSc 3rd and 4th semester. So by the definition here, the G is a non-empty set along with the binary operation star is said to be a group if it satisfies closure law, associative law, identity law, and inverse law. So these are the basic axioms that the group G is said to be a group along with these four axioms. So if the same group is satisfying the commutative law, then we are calling that G as the commutative group or abelian group. So similarly here we have rings, but here instead of one binary operation we have two binary operations, they are multiplication and addition. So therefore any non-empty set R with the two binary operations addition and multiplication is said to be a ring if it satisfies the following axioms. So the first binary operation is addition. So under addition it has to satisfy all the five axioms. They are closure law. So the definition of that law is for all A comma B belongs to R, A plus B belongs to R means that set is closed under addition. Then the associative law, that is for all A, B, C belongs to R, that A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Then identity law, for all A belongs to R, there exists an element which is called as identity element E belongs to R, such that A plus E is equal to B plus A is equal to A. And then inverse law, that is for all A belongs to R, there exists minus A belongs to R, which is the additive inverse of the element A, such that A plus minus A is equal to minus A plus A is equal to E. And then finally the commutative law, that is for all A comma B belongs to R, A plus B is equal to B plus A. So these are the five axioms under addition. So regarding these five axioms we can say that the ring R plus dot is an abelian group under addition because it is following all these five axioms. And then under multiplication it has to satisfy two laws, that is closure law and associative law. The definition of closure law is for all A comma B belongs to R, A into B belongs to R, and associative law for all A, B, C belongs to R, A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. And the last one is distributive law, that is A dot B plus C is equal to AB plus AC and B plus C into A is equal to BA plus C. Here the first one is called as left distributive law and the second one is called as right distributive law. So this is the definition about rings. So here every ring is a abelian group under addition and it is the semi-group under multiplication. So it is the definition about the rings. So let us go through some examples regarding the rings. So let us consider the first example, that is the set of integers. So how to prove the set of integers will form a ring under addition and multiplication? So here the set of integers z is equal to 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3 and so on. So to prove the set of integers is the ring that has to satisfy all the 8 axioms. So the first one is under addition. Under addition, the first one is closure law. That is for all A comma B belongs to Z. And if you consider any two elements of Z, then addition of them must belongs to Z. We know that any two integers, if we add them, that will give the one more integer. So therefore, that A plus B belongs to Z, then the set Z is closed under addition. And the second one is associative law. We know that the binary operation addition follow the associative law under addition. So here consider the three elements A, B, C belongs to Z. So that is A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. Then third one is identity law. We know that 0 is the identity element of the set of integers under addition. So therefore, for all A belongs to Z, there exists 0 belongs to Z such that A plus 0 is equal to 0 plus A is equal to A, and inverse law. So inverse law, so here for all A belongs to Z, we know that the inverse of A under addition is minus A, that is also integer, so minus A belongs to Z such that A plus of minus A is equal to minus A plus A is equal to 0, which is the identity element of this Z. And then the commutative law. Commutative law under addition. So here for all A comma B belongs to Z, B plus A is equal to A plus B, or A plus B is equal to B plus A. So here this satisfies the commutative law. Then under multiplication. Under multiplication. So here the first one is closure law. Now consider the two elements A comma B belongs to Z. It implies A into B belongs to Z because the product of any two integers is again an integer. Then second one is associative law. So for all A, B, C belongs to Z, A into B into C is equal to A into B into C. So these are the two binary operations under multiplication. Then the remaining two axioms, the left distributive law and right distributive law. So distributive law. So here for all A, B, C belongs to Z, A dot B plus C is equal to A into B plus A into C, and B plus C into A is equal to B into A plus C into A. So here these 8 axioms are satisfied for the set Z under addition and multiplication. Then this system is called as ring. As we already discussed the definition of ring. Ring means it is a non-empty set along with the two binary operations which will follow the 8 axioms, under addition 5 axioms, and under multiplication 2 axioms, and one more is the distributive property. So now let us discuss some basic definitions of the rings. The first one is commutative ring. So already we know the definition of ring, that is any non-empty set R along with the binary operation multiplication and addition, that is R plus dot, is said to be a ring if it satisfies 5 axioms under addition and only 2 axioms under multiplication. They are closure law and associative law under multiplication. Means it is a semigroup under multiplication. Now commutative ring means any ring which satisfies the commutative law. Any ring which satisfies the commutative law under multiplication. Under multiplication is called as commutative ring. That is, for all A comma B belongs to R, A into B is equal to B into A, then that respective ring is called as commutative ring or abelian ring. The next one is ring with unity. In this ring, the same r plus dot must have the identity element which is equal to 1 because the multiplicative identity is always 1. So any ring is having the multiplicative identity, then that ring is called as ring with unity. Yes, so here 1 is called as unity. Ring with unity means any ring which is having the unity or 1 or the multiplicative identity is called as ring with unity. And the next one, ring without unity. The name itself will say that any ring which is having not the identity element of multiplication of r. So here any ring r plus dot is not having the element 1, then that ring is called as ring with unity. And the next definition, order of a ring. Order of a ring means it is similar to the order of a cube. The number of elements of a ring is called as order of a ring, and depending on the order of the ring, we are discussing two more definitions: finite and infinite rings. Finite ring means any ring which is having the finite order, then that ring is called as finite ring. Infinite means any ring is having infinite order, then that ring is called as infinite ring. And the next one is the most important concept, that is units of a ring with unity. So we already know about ring with unity. Ring with unity means any ring which is having the identity element 1. So that ring is called as ring with unity. Now units of a ring. Any elements of a ring with unity which are having the multiplicative inverses, so they are called as units of a ring. So let us consider the example which is proved in the last video, that is z plus dot is a ring. Now, so here z is equal to 0, plus or minus 1, plus or minus 2, plus or minus 3, and so on to infinity. So here 1 is the multiplicative identity. So therefore, z is a ring with unity. And now consider the element minus 1 of the same ring. Now, by what number we need to multiply that minus 1 to get product as the plus 1, that is equal to nothing but minus 1. So therefore, minus 1 into minus 1 is equal to plus 1, which is the identity element of z. So therefore, minus 1 is the inverse of minus 1, hence that minus 1 is the unit of the ring z plus dot. Minus 1 is the unit of z plus dot, because that z plus dot is the ring with unity, and in the same ring minus 1 is having the multiplicative inverse. So therefore, any elements of a given ring which are possessing the multiplicative inverses, they are called as units of a ring with unity. And now 0 divisors. So let us consider the ring r plus dot. R plus dot and any two elements. And any two elements of the ring R that are there, A and B. And one more condition is that A and B must be non-zero elements. A and B must be non-zero elements, and it implies A into B is equal to 0. Then A and B are called as 0 divisors of a ring. So here A and B are any two elements of a R which are non-zero. If the product of them is equal to 0, then A and B are called as 0 divisors. So here, depending on the position of those elements, we are defining left 0 divisor and right 0 divisor. Now here, A is on the left side of B. So therefore, A is left 0 divisor. And similarly, B is on the right side. So therefore, B is 0 divisor. So therefore A into B is equal to 0. A is left, that is A is the left 0 divisor, and B is right 0 divisor, and these two are true only when A into B is equal to 0. And here A and B must be non-zero elements. Now let us take an example on the 0 divisors. Now in the ring of matrices, let us consider the two matrices. A is equal to 1, 1, 1, 1 and B is equal to -1, -1, +1, +1. In the ring of matrices, let us consider the element A, which is equal to non-zero matrix. And here also same, means both A and B are non-zero matrices. Now if you multiply A into B, that is 1, 1, 1, 1 and -1, -1, 1, 1, we are getting the 0 matrix 0, 0, 0, 0. So therefore it implies that A not equal to 0, B not equal to 0, but A into B is equal to 0. It implies that A and B are 0 divisors. A and B are 0 divisors, and we cannot say that AB is equal to B, because under multiplication in matrices we cannot say that the commutative law holds good for all the matrix. So therefore some of the matrices is true and some of the matrices it may not be true. So therefore A into B is equal to, we are getting the 0 matrix. So therefore A is not equal to 0, B is not equal to 0, but A into B is equal to 0. It implies that A and B are the 0 divisors of a ring.